Alright, so this video is gonna be, what is this? What is okay, so it's gonna be, top 10, states. Starting with, actually, yeah, it's gonna be, okay, so the top 10 states. The first, and you should, subscribe and watch the entire video. So, and like the video. Like the video even if you leave early. So the number one, we're gonna start with number 10, and it's gonna be, Georgia. Georgia is the 10th best state because it has Atlanta, and Atlanta, as we all know, is the most important city. Why are there zombies? I don't know what this zombie business is about. But Georgia, as we all know, is it's the peach state, so it has a lot of peaches. And Atlanta, I'm doing very bad right now, but Atlanta, as we all know, is the most important city. I don't know how many times I can say that, but if I said enough times, you'll maybe understand where I'm coming from. So, I believe Coca-Cola is located in Atlanta. You know. So it's got that going for it. So, yeah. Yeah, so there, if you've not left, then we've covered Georgia, I think, pretty thoroughly with a lot of good reasoning. Number 9 is California. A lot of people might wonder, why isn't California higher? Well, California would be higher, except for a lot of people don't like California. I know Joe Rogan left California because he was tired of the bullshit California stuff, like the government and the political riff of the state. So to follow Joe Rogan on that, it's not higher on the list. But the reason why it's in the top 10 is because it has a lot going for it. Its economy is like $2 trillion, you know, like annual. That's a big deal. It also has a lot of people. It's the most populated state, which is a big deal. Not every state has that distinction of being the most populated state. Certainly a rare quality. Perhaps only one state can have such a distinction, and it certainly has that distinction. So it's at number 9. Number 8 is Delaware. You know, Delaware? And the answer to that is the Northeast. It's in the Northeast. Yep. It's a good place to be. I've never been there myself, but it's a very important state, and it's one I'd like to see more of. God, both my guns. Alright. Alright. Next, it's number 7 is Kansas. You know, it's why is Kansas high on the list? I'll tell you why. Wizard of Oz, okay? It's the state in which the most important movie perhaps ever made takes place. Kansas is also known for its college basketball team, which is often ranked highly in the rankings and has a great track record of success. Number 6 is Tennessee. Because Tennessee is, you know, it's good for a laugh. It's good for a joke. You can go, oh, it's the only 10 I see. You know, so it gives you a free joke. And for that reason alone, it deserves to be in the top 10. And then you add the fact that you got Memphis there, and it's where you got Elvis from there. So that's why it's at 6. Number 5 is Kentucky. Kentucky, also known for its basketball success at the college level. It is the home state of a girl that I had a brief romantic endeavor with that ended very poorly. And it's also where Senators Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul come from. So because Mitch McConnell is from there, you could call it the Turtle State. So that's Kentucky. Also, Elvis song. There's an Elvis song called "Kentucky Rain," and it's like I think maybe his best song. So there you go. Kentucky is certainly up there. So number 4 on the list is Washington, just north of Oregon. Washington it's a nice state, lots of trees, home of the Seattle Seahawks, a team that used to be very good, that recently fired their head coach Pete Carroll, and also a state where my sister lives now. It's a state that makes you think. Also, it's where Starbucks came from. It's Microsoft, Amazon, so it's got a lot of seriously major businesses. The fact that you got Amazon and Microsoft and Starbucks all in the same state, it's a big deal.
We've secured the lead.
So Washington's at 4. Now 3 is New York. New York, obviously, had to be high on the list. You got New York City, you got Buffalo. So a lot of people live there, which apparently is an important aspect to this whole thing. According to my rankings. And I don't know what all this shit is with these. I don't know what's going on in this game where they have all these weird fucking zombies. I'd like them to stop with that. But, you know, New York, you got all sorts of fun New York culture. It'd be fun to be from New York. You get a certain amount of swagger about you if you're from New York, so that's cool. Number 2 is Texas. Why is Texas number 2? Well, it's a very large state. It's the largest state in the 48 what, like Maine part of the country, the non-Hawaii Alaska part of the country. So it takes up a lot of room. It has a fun culture. It's got a lot of culture, got a lot of state pride. A lot of people live there. You got like so many major cities. You got Austin, you got Dallas, San Antonio, Houston. It's got so many major cities. Home of the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys. And it's got a lot of oil stuff, I think. I don't know. But you know, it's a state that exists.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand. Enemies inside the perimeter.
So number 1, this should be obvious to those in the know. Number 1 on the list
Secure the target area.
is Oregon, and this is a state that's known
Hostile UAV in the area.
for its absolute domination on in every measurable aspect.
Secure the area.
Nike comes from here.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
The Oregon football team tends to be good, thanks to Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, donating a lot. It has the best university in the country, which is the University of Oregon,
Secure the area. Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by.
and it's, I don't know, there's no better place to be. You got Portland, which is a great city. Portland gets a lot of shit,
Move to the hardpoint.
but I think it's just great. It's got really nice architecture because a lot of the buildings are new. Because it had a real estate boom or whatever, had a population boom for a while there.
Return to base.
So, you know, there's the list. It was a good one, and it's an accurate one, so make sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for listening. Yeah.